Here's the styrofoam drawing I'm currently working on. I think that house ended up taking me hours, partially because from around, I think I got up around noon, and ever since I've pretty much been constantly working on this styrofoam drawing, while also doing some work on the 99th Dan Hamming episode. This styrofoam piece is part of packaging for something. Part of packaging for one of these things. So it was essentially free, but it's a bit flaky in that as I worked on it, I've occasionally had to rip little bits off, or maybe a piece of fuzz would get stuck to the Sharpie marker as I was working on it, and I would have to rub these fingers on the marker tip in order to get that piece of fuzz off, and it would end up leaving a mark on those fingers. Now, this is something that Dad's mom made. And when I think of this, the term goulash comes to mind most immediately. It's got a lot of healthy carrots and whatnot. And it's a nice home-cooked meal. Dad also went to Salvatore's today, and I think this is some leftover pizza from when he went to Salvatore's, but he added some cheese of his own to it. And then heated it up in the oven as I worked on coloring in this roof of what's now intended to be a McDonald's for this small town styrofoam drawing. I've currently got the new scene I'm working on, which I'm currently planning on putting at the beginning of the 99th Dan Hamming episode. I've got it to around 16 seconds. And I'm adding in the custom prop I use to depict a dark scene, typically for night scenes or a dark room. Copying and pasting it to the scenes as I complete them. I just currently have some writer's block when it comes to the scene. I'm thinking maybe there's some things I need to adjust. In order to make it all nice and realistic. Well, this is some good pizza, though. I had that Whopper, which I microwaved for a minute, and then an additional 20 seconds around 2 p.m. And then I think about an hour later, I had some blood orange flavored kombucha. I think it was around the early afternoon when in Elvenar I catered all the tournament encounters I could in order to try and get as close as possible to my expected minimum of 1,500 points for the tournament. I don't think I was able to do that, though. This is how things are currently in my city. I used mostly 20 and 30 packs of Ancient Knowledge, as well as some 5 packs, in order to pretty much immediately complete the research needed to upgrade this Ancient Wonder. I'm currently about a single broken shard away from being able to build the Flying Academy. The thing is, in order to build it, I think I would have to rearrange some stuff. Let me see, I wonder if I have an extra road path just hanging somewhere. Oh, well, that doesn't really save much space, I don't think. It saves some space, makes some space, but I don't know if it's enough for being able to place the upcoming 4x4 Flying Academy Ancient Wonder. I activated the research, this Dragon Scrolls manufacturing research, which allowed me to upgrade this Scrolls manufactory, and it created a space where I was able to move this from around here. This mana-producing cultural building, and I also moved this mana-producing cultural building. I'm not quite sure how I'm ultimately going to solve the issue of getting more population, but I'll find a way. In the Congregate Games sword fight, I'm currently I started a new disciple run. I think I did so yesterday, either late yesterday or early today. I'm not 100% sure when, but I'm leaning toward late yesterday. On the new disciple run, I have an objective in mind to grand everything, which means for every sword, shield, and armor set available in Area 2, I'm going to reach a familiarity level of 100. My disciple is currently at level 452 and at a training level of 435. It's currently 10:44 p.m. I think around 7 p.m. I ended up falling asleep for a couple of hours on my bed here, since I put in a lot of effort toward working on the new scene for the 99th Dan Hamming episode and that new Styrofoam drawing project at the same time. The dialogue started coming to me as I worked on that town Styrofoam drawing. It seems to have beans, corn, penne, some cheese maybe, or some other kind of pasta. It's pretty good. And as I did those two things, at the same time, I also listened to YouTube videos through my new headphones, which I'm grateful for. Essentially just whatever came to mind. As for this building, I plan on making it a sort of office building. At least that's the plan. The primary reason I woke up around noon today was because I pulled an all-nighter to work on that man Styrofoam drawing with the pattern jacket and shirt. I finished it at I believe it was 5:25 in the morning. No, actually, it was an hour earlier at 4:25 in the morning. Even so, I think I ended up going to bed at around 7. So I got 5 hours of sleep. That explains why I ended up feeling tired in the evening and falling asleep for a couple of hours then. Right as I was about to go to bed, I asked Dad to please put that finished Styrofoam drawing next to the lamp, the dresser lamp next to within his room, and to turn off that lamp. And he did that, and thus it was ready for me to take a picture of that, of the newly completed Styrofoam drawing. Oh no, I just wasted some necromancers, didn't I? Or something? I'm not sure. I'm at least suspicious that I did that. And when I got up around noon, taking that picture of that newly completed Styrofoam drawing was the second thing I did. The first being to call my dad. Since he requested that I do that, call him as soon as I woke up, after going to bed at around 7 in the morning. But he didn't answer right away. That is, he missed that call. Although he did call me back later on.